My name is Steve Nafakis, and back in 1982, my wife and I went to Thailand as church planting missionaries, and we spent about 17 years there. We raised a family there and came back to the US in about 1999. And at that point, the organization that I worked with, OMF International, invited me to be a mobilizer in the US. And one of the first things they told me was that I needed to take the perspectives class. So it wasn't until about 2001 that I took the class, and I just found that it was a really eye-opening course. I knew a lot of the things that were taught, but it was much more comprehensive, and I really wish that I had taken it before I went to the field rather than when I came back. Well, I guess, thinking about, I used to think a lot about evangelism, especially, being church planting missionary, winning people to Christ. And I never really considered the importance of mobilizing people for the kingdom. And I think the thing that I walked away from was, if you're meeting a person that's not a Christian, you want to evangelize them. But if you're meeting Christians, what you want to do is you want to help them to grow in their faith, and you want to disciple them, and you want to mobilize them to action as well, not just educate them. And so mobilization became a much more important component of my ministry. And I think that was the really big takeaway, knowing that the Perspectives course was not just for people going to the field, but it was also for people that were staying here and wanted to remain involved in missions without having to go back to the field. Well, I would say that sitting on the fence is a very uncomfortable place to be. And I would suggest that you fall over on the perspective side and find a nice, comfortable course that you can begin to take and propel yourself into a new direction. I think any Christian that doesn't take this course is really missing out on a very, very important component of why Jesus came to this world, and that is to reach the nations. And that every Christian, although evangelism is important, worship is important, I think we should all have at least a little involvement in missions, and we need to know what we're doing. And so this course, I think, is foundational to every Christian's life and ministry.